What fresh hell is this? What is going on?
It's our Season 6 Part 2 alarm. We have to start Mother Robin reviewing his magic Season 4 part.
No!
What?
I'm not doing a second part of a season.
What are you talking about, Mr. Robin?
The last time we decided to do a second half of a season, we all almost died.
So what?
I almost died.
Doesn't affect me, I'm a computer system.
You had to be shut down for almost a month.
You got me back online.
Well, I'm not risking it this time around. So, there's a new episode.
Yes, a Comic-Con inspired episode with... oh dear. It appears a Mr. Patton Oswalt is a guest star in the episode Stronger Than Fanfiction.
Then I've only got one option. To look at the good, the bad, and what I think overall, because my name is Robin0928, and welcome back to My Little Robin Reviewing His Magic Season 4. So, if you don't know who Patton Oswalt is, and why I'm not looking forward to his appearance, he's a stand-up comic who pretty infamously insulted James Rolfe and fans of the original Ghostbusters movie. Needless to say, this insulted my fellow nerds and I. So when it was announced that he was playing a role in an MLP episode, especially one that was described as the worst fan ever, I figured this would be a 22-minute vindication of his "people who like the originals of something are always wrong" ideal. But I really did end up liking his character and his portrayal of Quibblepants. In my opinion, Quibblepants is a Sean Connery Bond fan. A Connery purist, if you will. He sees the first series of Bond films to be the best in the series, being smart and well written with very little action. Whereas Rainbow Dash is a Craig Bond fan. She loves the big action set pieces and the stunning visuals. I like that both viewpoints in the end help solve the problem. Neither Rainbow Dash's action nor Quibble's brain were enough to solve it on her own, reinforcing the idea that there is no such thing as a true or fake fan, which is an ideal I strongly believe in. I also like the lack of AK Yearling and Daring Do in this episode. I don't think that Daring Do is a terrible character, but her character really didn't need to be there in this episode. I also like the action and puzzle solving in this episode. Whenever an episode isn't all action or all jokes, I find that I like it more and more, because episodes can play with how the conflict in the story plays out. I also like the general aesthetic in this episode. I never got the chance to talk about this with Daring Don't, but the Daring Do episodes really do bring me back to movies like Indiana Jones. They have such a cool aesthetic design, and the jungle locales that are presented are so unique to the world of Equestria. I also love the comedy in this episode. It didn't just stick to poking fun at fan content, but went all around the spectrum of jokes, making references to movies, literature,
Yay!
Last Crusade. This episode overall was pretty amazing. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of the few things I didn't like in this episode. One of my only negative points in this episode is that Quibblepants can come off as stupid. I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying that for a know-it-all and somebody who obviously reads and researches, he's pretty oblivious to the fact that it's not a fake adventure and keeps on making stupid excuses. Even when Daring Do herself shows up, he still thinks it's some kind of attraction or show. I'm fine with the character not realizing a bigger thing is going on, but for the love of Canadian, he's acting like there's no possible way in hell this could be a real adventure. For some more nitpicky, and those who remember my last review, I pointed out that there was a lot of subtext you could read in to compare Anton Egon to the analysis community, and this episode could also be seen as DHX and the writing team poking fun at the critics of the show. But I don't think this one has much of a leg to stand on. If you think about it in a very specific way, I could see the point, but it's much harder to make the comparison than last time around. This episode was a well-needed fun romp with a good moral, solid new characters, and one of the first really good Rainbow Dash episodes in a while. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and I hope that more episodes in the back half of the season follow suit to this one. My name is Robin0928, and I will see you guys next time.
So after the end card, I do want to say that I, Robin0928, an admitted non-fan of Pokemon, did get Pokemon Go. Team Mystic for life!